catchphrase. And I think a lot of people have been confused whether or not it's real or not. What I've learned over the last few months has been that talking to the representatives here tonight, you're going to hear how clean energy works, how it works on behalf of the consumer. Also, the tax credits. There's opportunities for you to actually see some money out of this opportunity as well with your tax credit opportunity. There's a different, some people might come in here and want to do purchase or lease. Those options will get explained to you tonight by the representatives of the company we chose. I just want to say, before we turn it over to the rest of the presentation, because you're not here to listen to me, this whole opportunity is about community together, kind of changing sort of what we're doing here. And I have a vision of Griswold personally as a smart community, and I believe we're going in that direction. I think you're going to see these opportunities. You're going to see windmills popping up. You're going to see some electric cars. Speaking of that, the company we've chosen to work with, Be Free, has chosen to participate with the town of Griswold and has offered us an opportunity to put up a free of charge for the town, a charging station at the town hall. So those of you, does anyone own an electric vehicle in the audience? Anyone, by show of hands? Bring your car down every night and charge it up at the town hall. So I think that's a great gesture. I'm part of Be Free, the company we chose, to put up that down at the town hall, and it will be available for the public to use. So we're excited about that. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to the Connecticut Green Bank, and Kate and Robert will come up and explain some of the programs that are out there, and then we'll continue on the program with Be Free in their presentation. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
Hello everybody, my name is Robert Schmidt and I am with the Connecticut Green Bank. We are a quasi-state agency and we are responsible for the deployment of clean energy, both renewable energy and energy efficiency in the state of Connecticut, as well as leveraging public and private dollars to develop financing programs and different programs that make energy more affordable and accessible to people like you, homeowners in Griswold. So tonight we're here to talk about the Solarize Connecticut program. This is a program that we've done in over 40 municipalities across the state now, including a number in this area, but really all across the state, many different towns. And we've developed a mantra about that program, Solar, Simple, Together, which will kind of guide our discussion tonight. So the reason we have solar in there is because we know it's a proven technology. It's one that a ton of people have come out tonight to learn about because you've heard about it. You've probably seen it popping up across the state. We now have over 9,000 households in the state that have made the decision to go solar, which is a really great number. And we know it saves money. We know that with rising utility bills, it's a great way to hedge against those increasing costs. Simplicity. It's not always an easy process to go solar, which is why we've developed this program. So there's a list of some 80, 90 installers out there that do this type of work. There's many different financing products and programs. There's different types of panels. There's different types of technology out there. By offering these types of workshops and these types of programs, we're able to make the process a little bit easier to you. So you're going to be learning a lot about how solar works tonight, how to pay for it, how to afford it, and hopefully you find that to be an easier process than maybe if you looked into this technology a couple of years ago. And we also have a single installer that we've partnered with that can help you to learn about all of those things. And finally, together. So even though solar is a proven technology, there are ways for it to be easier. It can still be intimidating because there is a cost to it. But through programs like this, where we work with a municipality, we gather a lot of people into a room at one time to learn about it, and we do things together, we're able to reduce costs so that solar is more affordable than ever. So over the next 18 weeks, through the Solarize Griswold program as part of Solarize Connecticut, you're going to be seeing the best possible prices on solar, and it really is never a better time to go solar than when there's a Solarize program in your town. Again, this is a town program. It's a state-sponsored program with the Connecticut Green Bank's involvement. So we want you to know that. If you do ever have concerns, we are available at the Connecticut Green Bank to help you with those. And the town will be involved throughout the next 18 weeks. I'm going to just go through very quickly some of the things we'll be doing behind the scenes, the Connecticut Green Bank. So we do design this program and administer it. We are providing incentives that further reduce the cost of solar. So whether you decide to purchase a system or maybe you decide to lease a system, there are incentives provided by the Connecticut Green Bank that are bringing those costs down even further than the group discount you get through this program. We've also developed a number of financing products. One of those is the CT Solar Lease. You'll learn more about that from your installer. And another is a loan product called the Smart E-Loan. We have a couple of the local lenders outside tonight. Please stop by and talk to them before you leave and learn about what their product can do. Flexible terms, 5 to 12 years, through local lenders that will let you finance not only a solar system, but up to 40 different energy efficiency measures. So if solar doesn't work for you, there are other projects you can do to save money and energy in your home. And if solar does work for you, there's other things you can bundle with it to increase your savings even more. Again, we're here for any issues that might come up. We'll be doing quality control of the system, and I will be around for the rest of the evening to answer any questions that you might have or to help you out with anything you're concerned with. We have partnered for this program with a nonprofit organization called Smart Power. Smart Power works on energy efficiency and solar programs across the country. And Kate Donnelly is here from Smart Power. She's going to be working very closely with your installer and your first selectman and the committee for this program over the next 18 weeks. So I'm going to let Kate explain a little bit more about what she's going to be doing and how this program works. So thank you.
Thanks, Robert. As I said, Robert said, my name is Kate Donnelly. I live in Hampton, just a couple of towns away. I'm thrilled to be here and not having to drive to other parts of the state. I love doing things in eastern Connecticut. I am also a solar owner, so that's how I got involved in working for Smart Power, a nonprofit marketing firm. We work on renewable energy and energy efficiency. And my role in this campaign is to work with the town and solar ambassadors to coordinate outreach for the campaign and education. So we'll be doing a series of workshops like this one, but we'll be also looking for other places that we can help you spread the word about solar in your community. We track the weekly progress of the campaign, and also we maintain a website for the campaign. One of the other things that is really important about the Solarize is that we look towards local solar owners as ambassadors for spreading the word about solar. I don't know, how many people here have solar systems, own them? Great, so there's a few in the audience. That if you have questions, the best people to ask are those people because they know more than anyone else how solar works, the money it saved them, how cool it is to monitor your system. So we'll be putting you in contact with those people and hopefully having an event where you can go and look at some solar systems that have already been installed in Griswold. So we are looking for more solar ambassadors and people to help spread the word. So look for a meeting that we'll be having in January to try to get people who are interested to work with us to spread the word about this campaign. We maintain a website, Smart Power does, solarizeCT.com/Griswold. And this is a great resource. So if you leave tonight and you're just a little confused or haven't yet signed up, go onto this website and you'll find a lot of really important information about how solar works, what the financing products are, frequently asked questions about all aspects of solar and the Solarize campaign. We'll also have an event calendar, so we'll tell you what other things are happening around town. We already have workshops planned for January, February, and March, so tell your neighbors and friends about it and encourage them to come out or come out again yourself if you still want more information before signing a contract. We also have articles from local papers, a toolkit of materials available. So check out this website and you can find whatever you need to know. So part of this campaign is that we choose, the town itself chooses an installer to work with. And this is not an easy process. There's a request for proposals is sent out to all of the approved solar installers in the state of Connecticut. And there's, between 70 and 80 installers who are approved in the state. The town leaders, first selectmen and the ambassadors who we introduced tonight, review those proposals. and look through, review the equipment and the pricing and the reputation of the companies, all that information, and then made a choice about what company that they would want to work with. Also had an opportunity to interview the various installers. And the town leaders has decided that Be3 is the company, Be3 Solar is the company that would work best with your town. So they're here tonight to do most of the presentation. One thing I want to remind you all of is there is a deadline to this program. April 14th, 2015, you must sign your contract by in order to get the vastly discounted pricing that is available through this program. And I might just mention that this is a very important time, but Cephia is also reducing the incentives that they do for solar on December 31st. So you might, to get the least expensive and best pricing for your solar installation, you might consider doing that before December 31st. But this April 14th is really the deadline to keep in mind. So it's great to schedule a free site visit. Be3 will come out and give you a proposal for your home. There's no obligation to that visit. And if you have any questions for Robert or myself, we'll be working with the town leaders. That's our information. You can also find that information on the Solarize website. So that just, if you have anything, questions about the program, how it's funded, why we're doing it, just give us a call or send us an email. Thank you. Now I want to introduce Be3. Who's doing the presentation? Okay. Kapil is doing the presentation this evening. Here he is.
Okay, good evening everyone. Thank you for coming out. I know it's a cold day, but we appreciate you coming out so that we can talk about solar and talk about this great program. So we're a Connecticut-based company, and our headquarters is in Madison, Connecticut, which is not too far from here. But one of the good things about working with, for you all, working with a local company is that we try to be involved in the community. We try to have local people who work with us, and you'll see that throughout this program. As the months go on, you'll see a lot of familiar faces who are part of the community, joining in, helping out, getting involved. So the whole Solarize concept, started a couple of years ago, and our company was one of the first companies involved. So the first Solarize that was ever done had 4 towns in it: Durham, Fairfield, Portland, Westport, and we had the town of Durham. We did over 117 homes, which was over 1 megawatt of energy. And it really, really brought the community together. A lot of people in the community now that talk about their solar systems, they meet up and discuss it, they show their energy bills, which are now gone to 0. And that is really the idea behind Solarize. It's bringing the community together, giving everybody a better deal, and trying to change where our energy comes from. So that was the record until we just did Solarize Haddam Killingworth, which we doubled the number of homes, and we installed over 2 megawatts, and that's over 220 homes. And so that is a new record in the state of Connecticut. It's a huge amount of people in one community to have solar, and I don't think that's ever been done in any of these other states in the Northeast, with that many people having solar in the community. And it really makes a statement. It sends a message to other towns and other states that we can all embrace solar and reduce our energy bills and make a real difference. So I want to talk about a little bit where our current energy comes from, so that you can understand what we're trying to do with solar. So the current grid is very complex. So we have very old power plants producing energy, going miles and miles in power lines, then stepping up that energy, because the further you go, you have voltage drop and things like that. And it is very cumbersome, complex. If any part of the system fails, you lose your energy. So what we're trying to say is there's a better way to do this. We'll show you. Connecticut currently has the second highest utility rates in the entire country. So here's a map, and you'll see that a lot of states, the total electricity generation plus distribution is 10 cents or less, and we're over 20 cents. And CLNP is going to be raising rates. It's all over the news that rates are going to jump another 26% starting in January, and the base fee is also going to go up. So you'll see with solar, you can actually, get rid of your electric bill. And since solar lasts for such a long time, it lasts for over 30 years, you can live in your home and not have any electric bill for that long. And that's going to save a lot of money. So being in one of the most expensive utility regions, it makes even more sense to install solar on your home. So there's only a few sources of energy that currently powers like power plants, and one of the sources is coal. There's nothing great about coal. They take apart the top of mountains. You have to go in mining. You have to go inside and get the coal out. And then there's these coal sludge lakes that they have to make and keep all of the ash there for a very long time. And you'll see in the news that, like for example, at this Dan River, that lake broke apart and it flooded the community. So there's nothing good about coal and where we get our energy from. So the new method that a lot of these companies are doing is fracking. They're trying to get oil out of the ground, trying to get gas out of the ground, but you'll hear about how that's contaminating all of our water supply, and you'll hear about when you open your water faucet that there's gas coming out. You'll see a lot of videos like that, and it's happening in New York, upstate, Pennsylvania, and there's nothing good about fracking, so we can't really use that or depend on that. And we all know some of the pitfalls of oil and how oil is extracted out of the ground, and all of the energy crisis that we have with oil. And the final option is nuclear, but there's a lot of radioactive waste with nuclear power plants, so that's unreliable. So, solar and in general, like renewable energy is the next step. So we're not trying to, preach being, environmentalist or anything like that. What we're saying is that there is now a better solution. The technology has improved, that we can actually step away from the traditional ways to make energy and go into the newer ways to make energy, which are clean, save people money, and don't harm the planet. So what happens when you install a solar system on your home is that the sun comes out and the solar panels produce electricity. That electricity is being powered right into your main panel, and every circuit breaker that is in your main panel could be getting solar power and powering light bulbs and every other appliance that you have in your house. And electricity can go both ways. It can go back into the grid, in which case your meter spins backwards and you get electricity. You get electricity credits from the utility company, or it can be used in your home. It's very efficient. It's done right on your house. You don't have to depend on miles and miles of power lines or power plants. You are basically producing electricity right on your roof. And because of the laws that we have in Connecticut, you are getting credits for all electricity that you're selling back to the utility company if you're not using it. So what happens during the daytime is most likely people are not home during the daytime when the sun is out, and a lot of that electricity is being sold back into the utility grid. And what happens at nighttime is you're buying power from the utility grid. So the difference between what you bought and what you sold is what you're paying in 1 month when you get the electric bill. That's called net metering. So this is net metering, and basically it looks at 1 year's. It's a rolling cycle for 1 year. The electric company is actually keeping track of what you're selling them. It's almost like cell phone minutes. And what happens is in the summertime, you're making a lot of energy. and you're getting credits for all of that energy. That is showing up, those credits are showing up in your bill even in November, December, January, and you can draw down on those credits in times when there's a lot of snow or there's not enough sun, especially in December or January. So it's a 1-year cycle, and most of our customers, and what we try to do is we try to build a solar system based on what you use in 1 year. So we look at 1 year's worth of electric bills, say, okay, if you're using 10,000 kilowatt hours, we're going to try to build a solar system that makes that much energy, because that's what the laws allow. They allow you to net meter for up to 1 year. So there's no waste in the entire process. There's no waste of energy. You're getting credits for everything, and you can reduce all of your energy bills. So a lot of people ask, I don't have a great south-facing roof, but we want to tell you that you can do solar on the west roof, the east roof, and the south roof. And the south roof is the most efficient, but you can you'll need a little bit more panels if you're doing east or west to make up for that efficiency loss. And we just don't want to put any panels on the north side. So one of the other questions we get a lot of times is that, when the grid goes down, what happens? Does your solar system work? And because the solar system is designed to send power back into the grid all the time, the inverters that you get are actually programmed to turn off when the grid goes down. So it's almost like if you didn't have that, you would need an automatic transfer switch, or you would need something to turn off the supply of power going back into the grid. So basically, the inverters that you have with your solar system turn off when the grid goes down, and they automatically turn on when the grid comes back on. So this is a process so that people don't have to come home and flip switches or do anything like that. But what we do offer for people who do want their solar system to work is a battery backup system. And with that, you get a bank of batteries that store power that you can draw down and power when there is no sun. And your system actually works, your solar panels and everything is working when the grid is down. It's just that there's an automatic transfer switch built into the system, and none of that power is getting sent back into the grid. This is additional costs. Most people don't need this. If you have a generator, you can get by on that, but some people do want a battery backup system, and we do give that. I'm going to show you some of the examples of some of the homes we've done, and I want to point out a few things. So number one, we try never to run any conduit on your roof. We do wiring so that it's inside your house, through the walls, so that it looks really nice. We try not to put any junction boxes on your roof that are visible, and we use all black panels that look really nice on the roof. There are still a lot of companies out there that are using silver frame panels with blue cells, and we don't do that. So you can see most of the systems, we try to fill up the roof, and they fit really nicely, and they look pretty good, especially if you have dark color panels. Most people will drive by and they'll never notice that you have any solar panels on your roof. So we have lots of systems in Connecticut, and almost every single customer that we have no longer has any more utility bill, and their systems are working flawlessly. Another example is ground mounts. We do a lot of ground mounts, so if you don't have enough roof space, or you don't have a good roof, or you have too many trees around your house, you can do a ground mount if you have the land. And ground mounts, you can make them as big as you want, or you can have them smaller. You can go higher, taller, or you can go wider. This customer wanted it lower on the ground, but longer. So they're easier to take care of. You can always, take the snow right off. A lot of people have solar on their barns. We do a lot of those. Here's an example of another one. And most of our systems are on the larger side. It's because most people, choose to do a little bit larger system. So if they want to use more energy, if they want to, convert to electric heat, or if they want to get an electric car, they can all fit that in. So it's so you'll see a lot of customers with big solar systems. A lot a lot of happy customers who even want to jump on the roof when it's all done and check it out. So we have a few people here who just recently, well, one of them just recently got solar installed under the Solarize HK program, and her name is Marianne Gilman. So she can say, she wants to say a few words. I'll let you know how our experience went. And then I'll continue with my presentation after her.
Hi, I'm from Haddam, and I was the first one to get it on my roof in Haddam. And I'm very happy, and I'm telling you that you chose an excellent company to go with, because they I found them very honest and they did everything perfectly well, quickly. One day it was on my roof. Evidence that they were there was completely gone except for the panels on my little roof. One brother was there in the morning when the crew came. The other brother came during the middle of the day to check to see what was going on. And Kapil came at the end of the day and cleaned everything up. So you made a very excellent choice. And I am very happy. I got double the amount of panels that I needed for electricity to eliminate my oil furnace bill. And I just turned my oil furnace on this week because my banked hours I'm down to 600 hours, and I'm a little worried. I don't know whether I don't know whether electricity is going more expensive or the oil, but I know I'm cutting down on a $2,500 oil bill, and I've used it 3 days now for oil this year. I didn't get it until the end of July, so I'm going to have a lot more hours next year and hope to take care of the whole bill. That's about all I can say, but you've got a good company here.
And we have a customer from Griswold that we did a few years ago. She's here. Her name is Donna. Do you want to come up?
All of you out here, because I'm a big fan of solarizing. My home was done in 2012. My electric bills were, they've been reduced by 80% with the system that I currently have. And I opted for the battery backup system because I don't have a generator and I didn't know anything about it. And having the battery backup system for me works because I do travel with my job. And it's nice to know that while I'm away, if the power goes out, the solar system kicks in and everything maintains. I don't have to worry about food going bad. I still have water, and I have heat. So I'm very happy with the solar system that I got. I did a lot of research before I actually picked Be Free Solar, and the reason I went with Be Free Solar is because, as Marianne mentioned, they're very honest. They're filled with integrity, they're professional, and they'll meet your needs. Every solar system that they put on is individualized for you and for what you need on your home. And that's what I was looking for when I got my solar. So I feel like solarizing is a win-win situation. It's good for you, it's good for the economy, it's also good for the environment and renewable energy. So I agree with Miriam. I think the town has made a great choice on who they're having represent us in this solarizing campaign. So I hope that you give it some serious consideration, and I know that you will be very happy when you decide to do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna, and thank you, Marianne. Okay, so we're going to talk about what you're getting under the Solarize program, and then we'll go into pricing and show you examples of pricing. So one of the best things about the program is that everybody gets the same thing. So everybody gets the same parts, everybody gets the same quality of installation, everybody gets the same monitoring systems, and everybody pays the same price. So it is really a group-wide deal, and one of the things that we are giving everybody is all black solar panels, or 250 watts. And the second thing is you get microinverters. So you get a little microinverter behind every single panel so that you can watch on your monitoring system that every single panel is working. You make more energy because if there's snow on one panel, that panel is not going to make as much energy as the other ones. So you get a 12-year labor warranty from us. That means that we will come out and fix the system for free. If there's any roof issue, roof leaks, we'll come and fix it for free. And then you get a product warranty of 25 years on both the solar panels and the microinverters. So the major equipment, which is the solar panels and the microinverters, both have a 25-year warranty. So as a homeowner, you don't have really any expenses. Some of the benefits that the state has given you is that there's no sales tax on the solar system. There's no property tax increase from the town. So for example, you're installing $20,000 solar system, they can't raise your property taxes. There's a state rebate that comes right off your bill right away. And then there's a federal tax credit worth 30% that you get when you do your tax returns. There's also, towns may waive permit fees under, there's actually a state law that allows the local towns to waive the permit fees for solar systems. So a huge amount of savings. And when you add them all up, you'll see that a lot of the system is already paid for before you even start. Here's an example of the solar system. We have one solar panel, we have one up outside that you can have a look at. It looks very good. It actually costs more money to get a solar panel that looks like this, but we really believe in making your house look good. So we have decided to pick a panel like this and give it to everyone at a lower cost than what others are charging. This is what a microinverter looks like. It's the size of a piece of paper, and it actually sits on your roof, right underneath the solar panel. And it is what converts DC energy into AC energy. A lot of other companies are giving large inverters, which don't allow you to be able to see what every single panel is doing, and which are less efficient, and which don't have very good warranties. They only have 10-year warranty. So under this program, you're really, really getting the best parts that are available in the industry. This is what happens with shading. So there's a lot of videos online where you can actually see examples of shading, but we have a lot of monitoring systems right on our website. You can go to our website, click on someone's monitoring system and see what's going on. So under a traditional system, when you have one large inverter, every single panel is connected together in series, like Christmas lights. So if one goes bad or one has shading on it, it affects the entire row. So a third of your system, half of your system could be underperforming just because there's a leaf on it, or there's some snow, or there's a shade from a tree branch. Under the microinverter system, only that one panel is going to be affected. So if you have 30 panels and one is affected, you're still making a lot of energy. Under a traditional inverter system, you have a 10-year warranty on the part. Microinverter, you have a 25-year warranty. And the minute something happens to the system, we'll get an email, we'll know right away. A lot of times we can troubleshoot it remotely with a computer. So it is a very, very good way to install the solar system. And under a microinverter system, everything is AC, 240 volt AC, just like the wiring in your house. There's no need to put conduits, metal conduits all over the place. There's no need to have 600 volt DC energy, which is what you get in a normal inverter, which is dangerous. So it is a much safer system to install. And this is the monitoring system you get. It shows you what every single panel is doing. It allows you to come home and watch a video. You can press the play button and see what happened the whole day. And if anything ever went wrong with one panel or one inverter, it would show up as a black dot on the screen, so you can know right away which one to go and fix. We had a video here, but all right. So there's been a lot of articles written. There's been a lot of research done. So the Department of Energy, Lawrence Berkeley Labs did a research report that showed that for every 1 kilowatt, the home price actually sold for $5,500 more. And what we're doing in Connecticut, our average system is about 7 kilowatts. And so if you multiply 7 kilowatts by $5,500, That's an increase of $38,000 that the home should sell for. And so their report that you can Google and read online is they actually looked at homes that sold. So they had data, over 10, 15,000 homes that sold with solar panels, and people got this much more money for their homes. So that is, when you look at the math and you do the math, the amount of money that you should get back from your home is actually more than what the system costs you up front. So you can buy a solar system, get all the rebates, you can live in the home for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, sell your home and get back more money than you ever spent on the solar system. We had 2 customers that sold their houses. Both of the homes went within, they got sold in less than a week, and one of the homes had like a bidding war that they actually got more money than they were asking. So those are real life examples. One was in Colchester and one was in Guilford, Connecticut. Here's an example of pricing. So this is a big system size. It's a 10,000 watt solar system. But this is typical for a lot of homes around here. It's about 40 solar panels. It's equal to someone who's paying maybe $220 a month on their electric bill, which comes out to $2,600 a year. If you're spending $2,600 a year on your electric bill, you would want a 10,000 watt solar system. So the standard price, the market price for a system like this is $45,000. Under the Solarize Griswold pricing, it's $37,000. So you're saving almost $10,000 up front because this is a group buy deal. The Connecticut incentive that you would get from the state is about $7,000. So we would take this and we would minus this off your bill right away. So the amount you would have to pay is $30,000. When you do your federal tax credits, you would get 30% of what you paid, which is worth another $11,000. So the final solar system cost would be $19,000. So you're getting more than 50% reduction in the cost from market price because of all of these incentives. So doing a program like Solarize Griswold is also incentives because we lowered our price for everyone because it was a group buy. You're getting a rebate from the state, and then you're getting a federal tax credit. So 3 different incentives that you're getting up front. So one of the ways that you can pay for a solar system is to do a lease. The state has come up with something called Connecticut Solar Lease. What it is that the solar system is free. There's no upfront installation cost, or you're not buying the parts. You're just paying a monthly payment. And a lot of people like this idea because they're paying a monthly payment anyways. It's going to the utility company. So you can either pay the utility company or you can pay the lease company. And in most cases, the lease company is cheaper. So you'll get a solar system installed on your roof, and you'll start saving money the first month. So here's an example for the same type of system. If you get it, is this for a 10,000 watt system? This is an example for a 10,000 watt system. You would pay $106 a month. So remember, we were comparing it to the average utility bill, which is $222 a month. You're spending $2,600 a year. So here, your lease payment would be $106. So which is right there. And if the lease is a 20-year lease, over 20 years, you save $42,000. So this is what happens. Your monthly payment stays $106, which is this line. So every year you know that you're going to spend $1,250 on electricity. The rate of electricity from the utility company is actually going up every year. So the longer you are in this lease, the more money you save. So it's a long-term view, but the solar system was free. You know your cost of electricity every year because it's going to stay at $106, and the longer you're in your home, the more money you save. And if you're there for 20 years, you've saved $42,000. The equivalent price of electricity under this $106 lease is 10 cents a kilowatt hour. So if you compare that to our current rates, which are 18, 19, 20 cents, you saved over half up front. Starting the first month, you'll save over 50% on your electric bill. Here's an example of a 5,000 watt system. It's half the size. There might be a lot of people with smaller homes or people who aren't using that much electricity. It is equivalent to someone whose electric bill is $112 a month. So the standard price, the market price would be $22,500. The Solarize Griswold price is $18,750. The Connecticut incentive is $3,500. The amount you pay is $15,000. Federal tax credit of 30% is worth $5,600. Your final solar system cost is less than $10,000. So, every time we go to someone's home, we're going to look at your electric bill, we're going to see how much electricity you use, and we're going to try to give you the number of panels you need. So some people might need a 5,000 watt solar system, some people will need a 10,000. It's all going to change based on how much electricity you use. And you'll get a proposal like this right there while we're at your home, and we'll go over the numbers with you. So in the same example, if you had a CLNP bill of $112 a month, your solar lease price would be $54 a month. So it's basically half, and equivalent to 10 cents a kilowatt hour. So some of the competitors that we've looked at, some national companies, they're giving equivalent kilowatt hour rate of 16 or 17 cents. So if you do the Connecticut solar lease under the Solarize Griswold program, you're going to pay 10 cents. Not 16 or 17 cents that other companies are charging. And other companies will give you a large inverter, they'll give you a silver frame panel, they'll give you worse equipment. So this is actually a better deal. So there are 3 ways to pay for solar. There's home equity loan, there's obviously cash, there's a Smart E-Loan, which is another state program. They have up to 10-year loans, and they do bundles. For example, if you do heat pumps or some other energy efficiency, they give you a very low rate, less than 3%. And then there's the Connecticut solar lease. So we have a comparison here. So if your bill was with Connecticut Light and Power $223 a month, if you took a home equity 12-year loan, it would be $165 a month to pay for the solar system. So you're better off than paying the utility company. If you took a Smart E loan, it's $313 a month. If you do a Connecticut solar lease, it's $106 a month. So obviously the Smart E loan, the Connecticut solar lease, their terms are different, right? One is maybe 10 years, 5 years, one is 20 years. So in all of these examples, you'll actually start saving more money than if you just keep on paying rates to the CLNP. Here's an example of the difference in equipment that you're getting. So when you have a microinverter system, you only have these 3 little parts on the left of your main panel, which is this, this, and this. And this is your main panel. So if you have a large system, which other people are offering, you need a huge 4x8 sheet of plywood to mount all your big inverters, and then you need a lot of conduit running everywhere because you can't run wire without it being in conduit because it's high voltage DC. So all of the microinverters are up on your roof. They take up less room in your basement. They are more efficient, and so it's overall better system, easier to install, and cleaner. Another comparison between what we're giving and what other people are giving is the home on the left has all black panels, and the home on the right has silver frame panels. So, visually, it doesn't look good when you have silver frame panels on your house with blue color cells. So a lot of people are getting that from our competitors. And when it's time to sell your house, you have to consider, is someone gonna buy your house because of the way your roof looks? So I've seen solar systems that have metal conduits running on their house, on roof to roof, and there's silver frame panels. They look horrible. I would probably never buy a house like that. But when you have a solar system where there's no exposed wiring, no conduits, no junction boxes, and you have all black panels, they look much better. So I want to give you a few more comparisons. So a lot of people in this area are doing leases, and I want to compare the state lease program, the Connecticut solar lease, with what these private companies are offering. So when you do a Connecticut solar lease with our company, we still give you the 12-year labor warranty. So we actually come out for free, fix anything for 12 years. The private companies, if you read their contract, it's a 1-year roof warranty. So no matter how big the companies are, no matter what their salespeople say, if you read their contract, it is a 1-year roof warranty. We're giving you the Enphase microinverters, they're giving you a central inverter. We're giving you all black panels, they're giving you silver frame panels. The state has a 20-year insurance on their system. So the Connecticut Solar Lease Program is a state-run program. They have teamed up with Assurant Insurance Company, which covers anything. It covers hurricanes, it covers anything happening to the equipment. So you have 2 layers of warranties, not one from the manufacturer, but one from this private insurance company. And these other private companies don't have that because it's Connecticut Solar Lease Program is a state program. Under the CT Solar Lease, you could buy out the system after 5 years. And under the private company lease programs, they're really, they don't make it easy for you to buy out their system, because what they're doing is they're selling all of these things to banks, Wall Street banks. They're Can you hear me? Testing. Okay, I think it's working now. So what these other companies are doing, they're packaging all of these solar systems that are on your home. There's contracts, 20-year contracts for your homes, and they're packaging them and they're selling them to Wall Street banks. And that's not a good thing. You know, that happened in the mortgage industry, and it brought down the whole country. And we don't want to see, no one wants to see Wall Street own your roof. So that's what they're doing. So if you want to do a lease, the Connecticut Solar Lease Program is the best way to do it, because it's a state program. This thing's not working anymore. So, okay, the final thing, everybody. Hello, testing. Okay, everybody can look up their electric bill. If you go to clnp.com, you can actually get a chart, a summary of how much energy you're using for 12 months. And you can push a button and they'll email that to you. And eventually, that's what we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask to see your electric bill. So you can always get this up front, give it to us, send it to us, and it'll make it very easy to see how much electricity you're using without having to count 12 different months. How it all works is we do a site visit. It's a free site visit. We come out to your home. We have different tools that tell us, how much shading you're getting, and we look at the size of your roof. And we give you a proposal, and we go over that proposal with you. So after, if you decide to do it, and we help you with financing, after you sign a contract, we handle all the rebate paperwork. We do that with the state. We apply for all the permits with the town. And then we set up installation date with you. We order the materials. The materials come directly to your house. And installations usually take 1, 2, or 3 days. If we're doing a ground mount, they take a little bit longer. After your system is installed, we turn it on, we email you the monitoring system links, and we show you how you can watch your system, and arrange, with the utility company who comes and changes the meter. So we basically handle, from A to Z, we handle everything. And what you can do today is there's a few people from our company here wearing blue shirts. You can sign up for an appointment, give us your name, your address, and we'll call you. And we'll start, conducting site visits starting tomorrow. And we have, I think the best way to do it is we have some food outside, and we can just, answer any question that anybody has. We can just do it, one-on-one, and we're all around here. But I think that is it for me. Do you want to make a comment, Jim? Okay, thank you very much.
Jim Burney, one of the solar ambassadors, along with Kevin and Todd Babbitt and Jason Giacaruso. We spent a fair amount of time looking at the various installers that were an option for the town. We actually interviewed 3 of them and sat through presentations by probably another half a dozen or more. We ultimately all agreed that Be-Free Solar was the choice for the town. They were using the most up-to-date equipment, as Capella already went through. The Enphase inverters was one of the key things in my mind to go with them as opposed to the string inverter. They're a young group of young men and women that seem to really be at the forefront of the technology, and we thought that this company is going to give you the best value for your money. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Capella, nice job. Got excited like the first time we met you. Kind of good information there. I do want to make a point, because how many residents here are from the borough or Jewett City? Okay, there's several. So we do have Ken Sullivan here from Jewett City Electric. Kate, we did make contact, and we have confirmation that there's a program that can function within the borough limits as well. I'd like to give Ken a few moments just to touch on that, and then we can go on with the program.
Thanks, folks. Thanks for coming out tonight. The Jewett City DPU has been supporting solar programs for approximately 4 years. We have yet to have any takers, but nonetheless, we do have a plan in place. We fund along with Cephia, aka the Green Bank. We have a program in funding. It's a straight incentive program. It's very easy. It's 80 cents a watt incentive up to 10,000 watts, and then it drops down to 40 cents a watt for the incremental wattage above 10 kW. It's pretty easy to do. Come down to the Jewett City DPU, stop in and see us, tell us what you want to do, give us a set of your plans. You know, we'll take a look at the plans, make sure we understand them. We may have questions coming back to you. Once the plans are approved, the customer would be asked to fill out an interconnection application with us. This application would then be reviewed, and if found acceptable, appropriate plans would then be made for the payment of the incentive. It should be noted that the incentive is handled on a first-come, first-served basis. Funding is not infinite. Funding is limited. Anybody from the Jewett City area should be aware of that, so it's a first-come, first-served basis. I will entertain any questions, you know, both now, and I'll make myself available afterwards if you like, if anybody, but does anybody have any questions that they can think of right now?
It appears, Ken, that your incentive is well equivalent to the Cephia incentive, so people in the borough are getting the same deal.
Yeah, we actually let Cephia take the lead, and we try to follow what they're doing. So, you know, again, I would point out, you know, that incentives are expected to drop, I believe, shortly after the first of the year. Keep me honest here. So, you know, my advice would be only logical: act now, act quickly if you're interested.
There's one thing: the lease is not available is only available through Cephia CLP customers. So you can't do the lease. That's the only thing you can't do.
Right, so we don't participate in the Clean Energy Fund. That's a investment made by investor-owned utilities. We are not an investor-owned utility. We are a publicly owned utility. So again, the incentives program is very straightforward, very simplistic. It does work, it's very easy to do, and I'm always available.
But financing will be available through the bank's US system also.
We do not get involved with third party. That would be up to the individual to handle their financing. Is there anything else?
I didn't hear the first question, so I don't know if somebody asked us about it. Does everything we've heard so far apply to the Jewett City rural area? As far as the Be-Free Solar and all this stuff?
It's, you know, we'll entertain various solar companies in Jewett City. If anybody has a solar company that wants to come talk to us, we'll talk to them.
Well, we can go through this program, this company, and their equipment and so forth.
Certainly. else. I'll try to make myself available afterwards as well. I'll be around. Thank you.
Okay, so at this point, we're all set through class. Hopefully you took notes. You have a lot of questions. There's still some more pizza left over. Take some home for the family. Capella's just mentioned they'll be in the back. Ken makes himself available to the back. You know, to your question about solar companies, Capella's going to cringe right now. There are other companies. We do not shut out companies in the town of Griswold to serve us. I will tell you that I stand behind our decision. As Jim mentioned, we were real confident. In fact, we were so confident that we threatened Kate to step out of the program if we couldn't, and she doesn't want me to say that, but it's true. We wanted this team, and so we fought hard, Jim, our team, to be free, and it worked out for us. So we're confident it's going to be a very good success story for Griswold. I do recommend just get in the back and ask some questions before you leave. I'm sure there's plenty of cards and information, and Ken, you'll set up as well. So I thank everyone for coming out. Wait, we have a question before we leave, yes? Is Griswold what?
Are you waiving the permit fee?
Yeah, he put that on this. I knew that was going to come up. I was hoping we were doing it out there, so not everyone heard that question. That's a question we're going to be sitting down with the building department, and I can't commit to saying yes. I'd like to work with the building department. The bottom line is they have a budget, they have staffing issues, so we have to see how it all fits in. I'm hoping there's a discounted rate at minimum, to answer your question. And we'll be finding that out within the next 48 hours. We should have an answer. We'll post it on our website and provide the information to you. That was a true political answer. Anybody else? Yes?
You do a lease and then you sell your house.
Capel?
How does that work? Do they take over your existing lease?
It's a good question, because I might do the same thing. Capel?
So the bank that offers the lease has to do a credit check on the new homeowner, and then the new homeowner can resume the lease. So if you're 10 years into the lease and you sell your house, then the new owner can come in and take, you know, the next 10 years. It's a 20-year lease. And one of the benefits of doing that is, you know, as electric rates go up, someone looks at your house 10 years from now, and you're going to have a low monthly payment for your electricity. So it's actually attractive to have something like that. But let's
What happens if the new homeowner doesn't want the lease? You have to buy it out as the seller?
So two things will happen. One, someone won't really want to buy your home. You're going to have to buy it out, work with the bank. So we're going to be around here. Answer a lot of your.
Thing you can step on down here if you want to stop taking questions. You just do it, so it worked out.